Lewis Art for The Ring magazine, delighted today to be joined with Dillian Whyte here in Ipswich, where obviously you'll be fighting June 7th on the undercard of Fabio Wardley against Justis Hunt. Dillian, good to see you. How's things? How are you?
Everything is good, man. You know, obviously we're playing a big fight in summer, so needed some activity. So, you know, obviously we decided, I think a couple of days ago, yeah, why not? I've been training since the Joe Joyce fight got postponed. Obviously, I'm only able to do certain training. Obviously, I looked after myself and been training, but now the finger's a lot better, so I can punch properly again. So I was like, hey, you know, I can put myself in shape in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, yeah.
Has it been a bit of a frustrating start to the year, I guess, would you say, obviously with the Joe Joyce fight?
It is, because I was in good shape. I was in amazing shape weeks out from the fight. You know, I was down to like 113 kilos, which is, I ain't been that weight in forever years. You know what I mean? So I was in a good place. I was training good, and then obviously some idiot didn't rack his weights, and then I crushed my finger between two dumbbells and split it open. You know. So, and then I couldn't feel my finger, I couldn't bend my finger, I had no feeling in it, nothing. Couldn't, as you can see, the cut is down on the joint there, so I couldn't make a fist, but now I can. So yeah, you know, yeah, it's been frustrating, but you know, I just try to look at life as wherever one door closed, God opened another, and obviously God's plan, as they say. You know, maybe it wasn't my time.
But to share a car with Fabio as well, and obviously a main event in Ipswich. You know, you've been on this journey with him. It must be extra special as well. It must be really
it's been amazing, because Fabio's been there for me on a lot of my big nights. You know what I mean? You know, obviously we're a team. We've always been a team. You know what I mean? Our situation, Fabio, it's not just pen and paper. You know what I mean? Me and him's always been close, and obviously it's an opportunity to fight. It's an opportunity to help build his show as well. Just like the same way he helped me when I was coming up, because he was the chief support to a lot of my fights, you know what I mean? So, but you know, it's good. Sometimes in life you have to be humble enough to do the right thing and put your ego on the side and think, okay, I'm gonna go into a big fight in the spring, in summertime, whatever. What am I gonna do? What? Put my ego under the table and say, no, I'm not fighting because I'm not the main event. No. Sometimes you have to just get on with it, bro. You just get on with it. You know, this is an ends to a means, you know what I mean? And then obviously, I'm serious about getting back into big fights and serious about winning these big fights and being competitive in these big fights. So what am I doing? I'm going to a big fight with like 10-month layoff, 8-month layoff, and expecting to do good, expecting to win. No, you know, get some activity. I need activity. Inactivity has really ended my career in the last few years, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to fight 2-3 times this year still.
Yeah. What do you think of his fight against Hunt, and obviously dealing with the changing opponent with initially being Jarrell Miller?
I think it's a tough fight. I think it's a tougher fight than Jarrell Miller, because Hunt is younger, more explosive, and just have a bit more. He's very experienced amateur as well, and he's just young and he's hungry, and you can see, you know, the way he fights. He puts his punches together, and he have a lot of drive. I think it's a tougher fight, but I think it's rare. So perfect Fabio. Fabio's one of those guys where he wake up for the challenges, man. You know, the harder you give it to him, the better it is.
Yeah. What did you make of the initial press conference with Jarrell when he was sort of going at Fabio with the song, sort of putting it on him a little bit? I know obviously it's disappointing that fight's not happening now, but did you find that funny? Like, what did you make of Jarrell's behaviour?
I don't know. Jarrell's just doing Jarrell stuff, innit? That's what he does. But it didn't really faze Fabio. Fabio is a calm, chilled guy. It didn't really faze him. So yeah.
Do you think that's still a fight that still could be made, Wardley against Miller?
We have to see. We don't know what's happening with Miller. We don't know what extent of his injuries or whatever. We don't know. We have to wait and see. You know, let's see what happens. You know.
Yeah, I guess for yourself, talking about a big summer return, or a big sort of spring return. How exciting would you be? And I guess for potential names, like what do you think really would be ones that would garner your interest?
We have to wait and see, man. Obviously, I'm with Queensberry now. We have to see what Queensberry come up with. They have their plan and their trajectory, and they have all the heavyweights. So we have to wait and see. All the heavyweights is here, apart from Anthony Joshua. So, you know, it's amazing to be in this position amongst the mix of all the guys. So we have to wait and see.
Would one of them be Lawrence Okolie? I spoke to him, and he said about yourself being scared, not wanting to fight him.
Lawrence Okolie is subhuman, man. Lawrence Okolie is Lawrence Okolie is one of those guys. I don't like guys like that. You know why? Because he talks a lot of shit online. Then when he sees me, he don't say anything. Yeah. He sees me laughing and pretending that me and him is cool, bro. keep the same energy. But anyway, I don't want to talk about Lawrence Okolie. A lot of guys are into Warrior. I'm not into the Warrior, bro. Like, listen, I'll do stuff to you, innit? If I see you, say what you're gonna say, and I'll do stuff to you, innit? That's as simple as that.
Would you recognise that as a big fight, though? Would you say when you talk about big fight?
Lawrence Okolie is dead, bro. Lawrence Okolie is dead. He's one of the most boringest fighter there is, bro. He's boring. Lawrence Okolie is actually a boring guy, bro. He's a boring guy. He's got credibility, but he's so boring. He's such a hard sell, bro. Lawrence Okolie, bro. I wish my girlfriend was Lawrence Okolie, because I get a lot of hugs, bro. I'll be the most loved man in the world if my girlfriend was Lawrence Okolie.
Yeah. Eddie's obviously here today. You know, the AJ rematch is always, everyone's always going to ask you about it. With the potential return of Joshua towards the back end of the year, do you think that timeline matches well up for yourself?
Yeah, it does. That's what you think. I'm here jumping on this card. I'm trying to get as much action as I can, so I'm ready for these kind of fights. Because these guys have been active the last 2-3 years. What I've had, like 3 fights or something. 3 fights, you know, and they haven't been top level fights. They've just been obviously fights that's fallen into place in the moment, you know what I mean? So yeah, you know, so it'd be good. You know, I need to be active, man. You know, I need to be active these last few years. Yeah.
Before I do let you go, I did want to ask you about Alexander Usyk and Dillian Whyte too. Wembley Stadium, July 19th. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that fight as it edges close?
I think it's a great fight. Obviously, Dubois has changed his trajectory since the first Usyk fight. But Usyk's been consistent for so many years, bro. It's mad. It's hard to go against him, but obviously Dubois seems like he's turned the corner and he's in a good place at the minute. I think he's been a little bit too aggressive in his nature now, which might work against him because he's not naturally like that. But now all of a sudden he's, you know, being very aggressive, very forceful. So let's see.
Do you think, because Queensbury and Dubois and Team Dubois will talk about sort of Alexander Usyk sort of, or them touching a nerve when it comes to Usyk when they mention the low blow. Do you see that? You know, do you see Usyk as rattled by the claims of?
Listen, these guys are old school Eastern Bloc man. They don't get rattled by this kind of stuff, bro. These guys is conditioned. They're conditioned. You know, they're conditioned, bro. They don't get rattled by that. And then this thing is, I won the fight with a jab. I stuck to the jab, so how can I be rattled by that? Yeah. And the Dubois thing is I stuck to the body shot. So it's just backward and forward, you know. Some people think it's a low blow, some people think it's not. So we have to wait and see.
Did you think it was a low blow initially?
I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't really make an opinion in it, you know. I don't know. It was borderline. It could have been or it could have not been. You understand? Yeah. It was borderline.
Understood. Dillian, appreciate you taking time to speak to me.
Cheers,
always
man.
means a lot. Always good to see you. And all the best on June 7th at Portman Road.
Well done on the job as well.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Cheers.